I'm afraid he is back to.
I'm gonna get that clip off me.
Just because you were there for a week, that's way it doesn't count as half.
I was there for 2 months, actually.
I do want to point out, and then we'll get started by presenting the colors and the playing of the national anthem, or the singing of the national anthem. But on your tables, you'll find many old Knox Central yearbooks and different items such as that. Also around the room, there were some scrapbooks of years gone by. So for those of you who are alums, you may find yourself in there. So feel free to check those out throughout our time together. I do want to thank Miss Rebecca Griffith. She is our new librarian, and she works with the Lighthouse team, and I'll talk a little bit about the Lighthouse team after a while. But they put a lot of this on and decorated and prepared, so we're glad to have her on board and the day ahead. So I want to invite up our choir members and our JROTC at this time. After that, after they present the colors and dismiss, we'll have a quick prayer.
Oh, say, can you see why the dawn's early light was so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order. Arms. Colors reverse. March. Left. Face. Forward. March.
Father God, we thank you so much for this opportunity to come together. We thank you for the work that goes on here, both from the chamber and the work in the community and the impact it has upon this our Barberville area. Father, we lift up the school and pray your hand upon it. This time, Father, we ask that you bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies, the fellowship time we have together. For it's in your Son, Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Through that change, we realized we need to examine practices, that we continue to re-examine practices of how we operate, how we do things, the new world of technology, the social, emotional well-being of the student, and you know, we were doing those things before, but it just goes deeper. It's going deeper now with all of those issues. And so as we looked at what we do as a school, we came together as a faculty and staff and rewrote our mission soon after the pandemic. And the whole idea behind our mission is just very simple. We are here ready to learn, ready to lead, and ready to succeed. And so that is our focus a lot. And we really emphasize leadership development in a lot of ways, because we talked a few years ago, we are a Lighthouse school, we are a Leader in Me school, and so a heavy emphasis is on leadership development here at Knox Central, always has been. and not just leadership development, but also student voice. And we make those a high priority, and that's why we emphasize that within our mission to be ready to lead. And our philosophy is, and not just our philosophy, but if you look in the 7 habits, you know, everyone is a leader. Some people are just leading themselves. Some people are leading Fortune 500 companies, and some of us are leading a small group. But no matter the circumstance, even if it's just leading yourself, which is sometimes the hardest one to lead at times, we are all leaders. And so we want to instill that mindset into our students in whatever they take on, and take on that ownership and responsibility. So we try to give a lot of student voice. We've done that by being one of the first schools in this area to have student members on the site-based council. And so 2 students, you'll hear from them about their experience. We also have class officers at every grade that meet monthly with me to kind of check in. Most all of our committees that we have here as a school have student representation on them. So we try to have some of you have been here in advisory council settings with our CTE programs, and you know there's students on those councils. So there's student representation every chance we get. We also, being a Leader in Me school, have a Lighthouse group, and many of the students here, not all of them, but many of them here are part of the Lighthouse team who organize, plan, greet people, and do the things that they've been doing today for our school and to prepare as leaders in that way. We also have a group of students called Link Crew. And, you know, as you go down memory lane, you probably can think about times of swirlies and things like that the seniors may have tried on the freshmen. It's a whole new world. Our seniors and juniors mentor freshmen. And so they build that program to mentor freshmen, to help encourage them, to give them, you know, talk to them about study skills, to talk to them about the challenges, to give tours of the building when they come here as 8th graders, and to help them avoid the pitfalls that could happen in that freshman year. So our Link Crew is a great asset of student leaders. Also, you saw a lot of our student leaders through our CTE program. When we talk about CTE, that's the career pathways. That's areas that students are interested in now, and they may continue that into high school and college, and then hopefully into a career someday, maybe right here in Knox County, and be sitting in here a few years from now, like some of my other former students. So that's what we want for our students. We want them to be able to come back home and lead and be right here at the table 10, 15 years from now as leaders in our community. I think that's what you all want too, isn't it? So we have the CTE programs, and each one of those programs have clubs, and so students take on leadership roles in those clubs, and they compete often against other schools, and we showcase a lot of those. So there is just many different ways students can live out their leadership. And I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'm going to let them talk about some of them, especially some of them who have gotten to participate not just here as a leader, but also beyond, maybe in roles with Rogers Scholar, Rogers Explorer, Governor's Scholar, and so on. So there's many different ways our students have lived out their leadership experience and want to share with you. We also try to address the problem. It's common knowledge, the teacher shortage. You're going to hear about the teacher pathway we have established. We've got kids who could have up to 12 hours of education classes when they leave here if they're choosing to go in the education pathway. So we're trying to address the issues and help improve things in our area and throughout the whole state. So these students are going to highlight those, and so I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Taylor Payne to kind of introduce and MC the groups that are presenting.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming. So my name is Taylor Payne, and I'm a senior here. I'm our senior class president. I'm on TSA and a couple other leadership councils.
My name is Alex Smith. I play tennis. I do Science Olympiad. I'm the president of TSA, and I'm on the leadership team, Lighthouse team, and Link Crew.
So we were both Governor Scholars for this previous year. So there was another one, but she's out today. She didn't join us.
So the Governor Scholar Program for GSB is a 5-week summer program where roughly 350 Kentucky students are in college or university learning about different topics. You learn about the importance of community and the importance of having your own opinion. You're placed into a focus area in a general studies class. After completing the program, you are awarded different amounts of scholarships to help pay for college. The program is incredibly prestigious and a great honor to help represent your school and your own community. So this is Bellarmine, this is where I went, and it's in Louisville. And the impact that the Governor Scholar Program had on me will forever be life-changing. I spent 50,000 minutes on the Bellarmine campus last summer, and it helped me learn how to live like a college student, which was a great preparation for when I go to college next year. While at Bellarmine, I had to learn to be responsible for doing my own laundry, which I had to do for the first time, getting to class on time, and getting my groceries, which was also the first time. This experience forced me to mature more than I ever thought I could. Also, I didn't think that I could be without my phone for 5 weeks. It was rough. But being without it allowed me to socialize with people from across our state and create forever friendships. The academic experience at Bellarmine was also life-changing as I focused on classes to prepare for a future in the health field. While there, the healthcare industry class focused on anatomy, healthcare practices, specifically within the area of physical therapy, and we even got to visit a cadaver lab. In the cadaver lab, I got to hold many different parts of the body, which was gross and cool. It was a really good experience. The general studies course I took focused on fairy tales. We learned about the story of Cinderella for 3 weeks, which was a long time, but it focused on the different ways and perspectives the story was told in throughout the years. I'm so very grateful for this experience, and I would do it again in a heartbeat if I got the chance.
So Emily Mills is one that isn't here, but she was able to go to Moorhead for GSP. And she said that she had the opportunity to connect with people from all over the state through numerous activities such as dances, classes, and clubs. She was in forensics, and she got to recreate crime scenes and solve cold cases. The general studies talked about the wonders of science and if they thought dinosaurs really existed or if they looked differently than the way that we perceive them today. She said she enjoyed the opportunity to get to step out of her comfort zone and to get to experience life living independently. She enjoyed her focus area and it sparked her interest in the forensic science field. Being away from her phone the majority of the time allowed her to make friendships that she still has to this day. At first, she didn't know that being away. She said that overall GSP was a life-changing experience. So I was able to go to Center College, and I was in the first session, and there were a lot of other student athletes that we were able to get home back to our sports because during the summertime a lot of students are training. But I was in the business, accounting, and entrepreneurship class, and I enjoyed getting to know kids from all over the state. While I was there, we had a mock Olympics night, a star party, and game nights. We also learned how to swing dance on Fridays, watch scary movies, and get to play with Play-Doh. My general studies class was called Fundamental Concerns, and so basically the general studies classes, they would give them like basic names, but whenever you got there, you had no idea what you were going to be learning about. And so you'd spend quite a bit of time just learning about different topics in there. But in my class, we learned about South African apartheid. We read a book by Trevor Noah called Born a Crime, and I enjoyed this class because the students that were with me, they were all so nice and so gifted. Post-GSP, I've got to meet up with some of the friends that I made there. I've gone to a few dances with some of them and gone bowling with some other friends. I've grown to appreciate the time that I spent there because it opened my eyes to enjoy learning new things outside of school. And then we've got some pictures.
So the picture in the top right is a certificate that we get after we graduate from the top leagues. The picture in the middle was me and one of my buddies that I made. He was from North Laurel, and then my teacher. And this picture up here was my general studies class.
These are some of Emily's pictures. She's still really good friends with these girls down here. And these are some pictures from mine. This picture right here, that was my business class. That's all I got. Thank you all.
Okay, so today I am presenting on drama. And a lot of you might be very unfamiliar with this concept because we haven't had a drama program in I think about 8 years. But last year we restarted it, so what are we talking about today? My name is Janessa and I am a senior here. I am in a lot of different clubs and organizations. A few of those are TSA, Science Olympiad, DECA, FBLA, Drama, Media Club, SDLP, and soccer. So, history and drama. Like I said, we haven't had a drama or theater program in about 8 years. And in the last 8 years where we did have one, it was put to an end really fast because it just didn't work out. So fortunately, we had one. They started it last year, and our class sponsor person is Christina Bentley, who's awesome, makes you feel accepting. She's just really cool. So last year they also had their first performance of Look Me in the Eye. It was an awesome play. I got to see it. Also last fall, for Halloween, we got to do our storytelling unit by going to the elementary school locally, and we got to tell scary stories, and it was really fun because kids are easily scared, and it was just really fun. So here's a few pictures from last year's performance. I wasn't in drama last year, so I didn't take the class, but these are a couple of pictures from their performance. And we actually build our own props and set pieces. So here in these next couple slides, you're going to see us actually building our set pieces. It's really fun. This guy's name is Chris. He came in. He's a friend of Miss Bentley's, and he brought all the wood and stuff, and we just all put it together one day in class. Okay, so the impact that drama has had on me, what it's helped me with, is it's taught me to actually study. I don't know if you guys know this, but a lot of kids these days don't really study. It kind of just comes naturally to a lot of people, so we're not really forced to study a lot. But with drama and doing plays, we obviously have to memorize so many lines and stuff that we have to sit down and study, or we'll get caught looking really stupid. So I have learned so many studying techniques. One of those are actually recording myself saying my lines, and then later just saying them with my recording, and that has helped me a lot. This has also caused me to get out of my comfort zone. So in drama, when you're asked to play a character, a lot of times this character is nothing like you are in real life. Right now, we're getting ready to do a performance this week, and I play, it's kind of like a Cinderella retelling, and I play a character called Marupla. She's definitely a victim of abuse. In her character, her stepmother and stepsister basically slave her away. She has to do everything. And it's nothing like I am in real life, so I have to do things that I'm not used to doing. I have to say things I'm not used to saying, and it's scary sometimes to do that in front of a big group of people. But drama has taught me that it's scary, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So, it also has improved my public speaking abilities, just saying lines and having to articulate words so people can understand them. It's equipped me with insight and experience in the field. So because I took drama this year, I actually had never known anything about theater or drama productions before this class was offered. And taking this year has really caused me to want to further this study. So in the fall, I'm attending University of Kentucky, and I was previously already going to major in English and minor in political science. But now I'm going to major in English, minor in political science, and at the same time I'm going to pursue my certificate in musical theater. It also has impacted my way of thinking. Earlier I mentioned that in drama you have to do stuff that is very uncomfortable. So drama has caused me to just realize that you can do anything you put your mind to. It may not seem like it because obviously we all have our anxieties and our fears, but you can actually literally do anything you want. You just have to do it first. So, this is our performance that we are doing this year. It's actually during open house, and if you don't know, open house is next week. It's on Thursday. And we'll be performing Strawberries in Winter in the cafeteria at 5 p.m. So if you're not busy, stop by. It's free, and it should be a really good day. Also, ways you can get involved. We're always looking for sponsorship opportunities. We're a new program, so with that we need the sponsorships and money. You can contact Christina Bentley, and here's her email. And one thing she asked me to mention is we need storage units, so if anybody has like any extra storage closets laying around, feel free to contact her. And thank you for listening.
So I'm hoarse, so I'm sorry about that. We went crazy at the game last night. You know how it goes. So, how's everybody doing?
Good, thank you.
Good. Okay. So today I'll be talking about education and, well, I'll tell you a little bit about me first. My name is Layla Gray. I'm in TSA, Science Olympiad, Link Crew, and Journalism. And I'm also a class officer. I'm treasurer, but I kind of do all the things. I'm not in my own section, I do all of them. So I'm a former education student, so I'm not in their classes now, but I'm going to do it. So here's that. And then, so coming into high school, I knew I wanted to help younger children, but I didn't really know how I wanted to help. And my sophomore and junior year, I decided I wasn't going to go to college. That wasn't for me. But then my senior year, I wanted to have a feeler, and so education was where I fell into. And then when I did education, I kind of realized, okay, I really like this. I think I'm going to stick with this. So then when I stuck with it, now here I am in education. I'm going to be a teacher. So I just really want to affect students' lives in a good way and give them a good experience in education, because sometimes that doesn't happen and it's a really big, important thing to do. So in our class, we looked at a lot of, we did a lot of presentations, and we did a lot of public speaking, and so probably don't look like it right now, but I swear I did it. But the classes also involve a lot of questions that people aren't comfortable being asked when it comes to having a job. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, and definitely teachers work hard, so. And then we went to observations, and we went to the middle school, or not middle school, elementary schools, and it was really good. It was really good. The kids were great, and we all got split up, and we was all on our own. People do that. It's okay. Anyway, we got split up, and we were all on our own. And I think the biggest part was a little boy gave me a little drawing. It was the sweetest thing. I was like, okay, yeah, this is my confirmation. That's what I need to be. But it was good, and it really helps. That's all I have. Thank you.
I am a junior here at Knox Central High School. I'm involved in Media Club, STP, KYA, Science Olympiad, TSA, First Priority, the tennis team, Link Crew, DECA, FBLA, and the marketing pathway. And
my name is Isabella Frost, and I'm also a junior, and I'm a part of the volleyball team, track, First Priority, HOSA, Science Olympiad, and TSA, STLP, Link Crew, and I'm in the biomed pathway.
And today, we're going to be presenting over HOBE, the Hero Grind Leadership Conference. We both got the opportunity to attend. We were selected and got to go to Reed College this past summer. So HOBE is a 4-day leadership seminar designed to educate, motivate, and activate students, giving them the goals they need to turn their ideas into action and to reach their goals. The 5 core HOBE values are included in the following: volunteerism, integrity, excellence, diversity, and community partnership. The HOBE mission is to inspire and prepare future young leaders for a life dedicated to leadership, service, and innovation. HOBE empowers young people to dream big, make an impact, and change the world. My Hobie experience. Isabella Frost and I were both selected to attend Hobie, which took place at Berea College, and I thoroughly enjoyed my time there. I met so many amazing people. The short 4 days that I was there were truly life-changing and eye-opening. Shown below is my group. They were all so fun. Day 1. During the first day of Hobie, we arrived at Berea College and settled into our rooms. As a seminar, we played get-to-know-you games. We met our groups and began to introduce ourselves to one another. Day 2. Community Service Day. Hobie is a very community service-based program, teaching participants to be leaders and set examples for others in their community. After being placed in our initial groups, we then broke into different groups for the community service projects. A few of those projects included the following: cleaning up trash at a local park, clearing out some limbs and other things in the woods, and painting at a local school. My group's project was to wash fire trucks at a local fire department. In order to become an official Hobie alumni, you must complete 100 hours of community service. I'm happy to say that I successfully completed this requirement and have learned the importance of giving back to my community through this seminar. After washing the trucks, we got to have some fun on the slide, as you see there in that picture, and I even got to wash a police car Tesla. And day 2 continued. At the end of day 2, we treated ourselves to some ice cream and continued soaking in every moment we had with one another. As you can see on the pictures, here's me and Isabella, some of the people that we met while we were at Hobie. Day 3 was the scavenger hunt. On day 3, we heard from many inspiring individuals teaching us about what it meant to be a leader. We also got to have several hours of bonding time with our groups during a very fun and adventurous scavenger hunt. We played the ping pong game with tissue boxes, played the maze game, and took pictures in front of several locations around the campus. Day 3 continued. At the end of day 3, which was our last day, we had a party to celebrate the fun that we had throughout the entire seminar. The party was full of fun activities, including an ice cream party, a dance party where we screamed Taylor Swift, played spike ball, dodgeball, and goggle ball, and much more. And our last night together. The night before we left, we had so much fun playing ping pong and laughing with one another. As I was thinking about the last 3 days I spent at Hobie, I felt extremely thankful to have been given this opportunity and to have met so many outstanding people. Hobie Alumni, Day 4. On Day 4, we packed our bags, said our goodbyes, and headed home. I'm so incredibly thankful to have gotten to attend the Hobie Leadership Seminar, and Isabella, I think, feels the same.
So this summer, not only did we participate in Hobie, but we also both got the opportunity to go to the Rogers Scholar Program. So Rogers Scholar is a week-long program through the Center of Rural Development where students spend a week on a college campus making connections with many college presidents and ambassadors. And we got to spend the week at Lindsey Wilson. I became involved with the center between my freshman and sophomore year, where I also went to another program called ELI, which is an Entrepreneurial Leadership Institute, where you spend a week developing and creating a product and then presenting it to a panel of judges. So on the first day, after we said goodbye to our parents, we began getting to know each other through activities and describing what leadership meant to us. We continued our week taking tours of areas around Columbia, such as Synergy Food Group, showing us the impact business makes on small communities, the Annex and City Hall, and learning about local government, and then we ended our day with a speech from Campbellsville President, philosophy on the different generations that he saw coming through the college. Tuesday was one of my favorite days. We got to talk to the president of the Center of Rural Development about community projects we have done in the past and present. The U of L interim president helped us determine our why, for what determines us to succeed. We got some advice from Key's ambassador, and then we got to meet with 19 different college reps one-on-one, which helped us get more educated about the colleges that we're interested in going in. And then we ended the night with an etiquette dinner and dance class. On Wednesday, we focused on community service, where we picked up garbage around a local park and went to a church to clean up after a community event. Our speaker of the day was the president at UK. Our last 2 days were spent in our designated field of study. There were 3 options: healthcare, communication, and engineering. I was placed in the healthcare field where I got to practice sutures, CPR, and skills in physical therapy. I also got to visit the Somerset Community College and was able to see a variety of programs that they have to offer. As you can see, the communications group got to go to a radio and newspaper company. The engineering met with the director of the engineering program at UK and got to do some hands-on activities. And then our healthcare field was meeting with EMS and doing some things that they get to do. One of the biggest focus points of Rogers Scholar is the community service. Once a scholar completes the week of camp, they are required to complete a project involving their community. After completion, scholars are eligible for scholarships at 19 different universities. My community service project was collecting items within my community, and I was able to take them over to Knox County after the terrible flood. I was also able to volunteer distributing these items and food, and it really impacted me being able to see what our community could do to help another community in need. Sunny Ann also got to do her project, and she collected clothes and organized a clothing drive for her community in need. Overall, Rogers Scholar has made a huge impact on my life. At the end of the week, 2 students are selected to be ambassadors and present at our graduation. I was honored to be selected as the female ambassador and receive an additional scholarship for having the highest scored application. The lessons I have learned from this camp is so beneficial, and the connections that I have made not only through the colleges but also through the other students in surrounding counties is something that I can take with me for a lifetime. Thank you.
I'm a junior at Knox Central High School, and I'm involved in the Lighthouse, Gear Up, Site-Based, DECA, FBLA, Academic Team, Science Olympiad, TSA. I'm a class officer, and I'm part of the marketing pathway.
And we're going to be talking about just an overview of the marketing pathway that we have here at Knox Central.
Marketing applications. The marketing applications class at Knox Central High School is taught by Ms. Megan Heath and is included in the marketing pathway. Within this class, we focus on the principles and applications of the marketing profession. My time in this class has been very beneficial, and I have learned a lot about pursuing the profession in the field of marketing. Some of the major successes we have had in this class includes the creation of a board game and how we would market the game, as well as placing in the region DECA competition, allowing us to move forward with the state competition.
FBLA stands for Future Business Leaders of America. FBLA inspires and prepares students to become community-minded business leaders in a global society through relevant career preparation and leadership experiences. We will attend regional FBLA competition on March 10th at Eastern Kentucky University. My group in the class created a board game that was a spin-off of Monopoly. This game was just played just like the original Monopoly. It was called SEC Monopoly. We even made property cards that were the 14 SEC schools, community chess cards, which were called free throw cards, and chance cards that we called Hail Mary cards. Our entire class loved playing the game, and as you can see on the screen, we played it in class, so it was very fun. While creating this board game, we used marketing applications and practiced marketing techniques as if we were going to sell the product. We chose a target audience to market our product to, decided a price, and discussed product descriptions. The target customers for our board game would be sports fanatics and people who are fans of the SEC. The age group interest for this board game we decided would probably be 18 to 30.
DECA prepares emerging leaders and entrepreneurs for careers in marketing, finance, hospitality, and management in high school and colleges around the globe. Several students from the marketing pathway participated in the DECA competition. Our entire team placed in the regional competition and moved on to state. Thank you.
Thanks.
Now I'm going to talk about the Academy's introduction. This year I was nominated for the Academics by Harvard by Rebecca Griffin. I wasn't sure if I would be accepted because Harvard is almost like an academic fairy tale. but I decided to fill out an application anyways, and by my surprise, I was accepted. Once I was selected, they asked which program I would prefer, and I chose business management at home, so I could participate remotely. The program was 2 days long, from 12 to 4, totaling 8 hours. Day 1. On the first day of the program, we were instructed to introduce ourselves to the class. Then we reviewed instructions on what the rest of the day would contain. We went over notes on a business pitch and what exactly it contains. We were put into breakout rooms and given assignments. At the end of day 1, we were told to make a business pitch with our group presented to the class at the end of day 2. At the beginning of day 2, we were put into breakout rooms as soon as the class began. We were then instructed to start our business pitch. My group decided to go with an app that rewarded you for recycling. The app was called Banner. At the end of the program, we presented our business pitches and gave feedback to the other groups on what they could improve. Conclusion. I am very grateful to have been given the opportunity to experience what an Ivy League school expects of its students. I have gained a better understanding of what is expected of me if I was to attend an Ivy League school and the amount of work I would be expected to give. Overall, Harvard Academy had made me very excited for what my future education holds. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Mackenzie, and some different clubs that I'm involved in is Link Crew, Europe, Choir, TOSA, or soccer, and side base.
We are going to discuss what we do at SBD.
When I applied for the student representative position of the site-based council, I had no idea what site-based even was. When I realized what it was, I questioned what I had got myself into. But over time, I have grown to enjoy the position, and I love being able to be the voice that our students need.
When I heard site-based was taking applications for student members, I was ecstatic. I've always said our school needs student representatives to make sure the whole student body is heard, and I'm honored to be the voice for the students that desperately need to be heard. First, we would like to say that we are honored to have the opportunity to be two of the first student representatives at Knox Central High School on the SBD campus.
With that being said, being on site base is no very easy task. When given input and making decisions, we have to set aside our personal beliefs and opinions for the sake of our school. This was challenging at first, but it has left a lasting impact on me and helped me realize the different aspects of leadership.
Having a student member on site base allows students to feel like they have a voice. While on SBDM, I have learned that teachers and students have diverse opinions. So it's good for teachers and parents within the group to gain insight from our perspective of the problem our school faces and how we can implement change.
My time on SBDM has allowed me to learn how to communicate effectively so that I can give my thoughts and the thoughts of our student body to the staff at our school. Our voice has allowed the staff and parents to gain an idea of what the students think and see, which has allowed for positive change. The key is to always be honest about what you think.
Here's pictures of me and Kinsey at our first site-based meeting.
As you can see, our role on site base has not only changed us as a student, but our time on the council has changed us as people. Our time on SBDM has helped us to learn how to be good communicators, collaborators, and leaders. Thank you for allowing us to share this with you.
Do you have any questions?
Hey guys, come on back up real quick. I know we've thrown a lot at you. But I'd like to give you an opportunity to ask them any questions, anything you may have, want to follow up with, any questions for any of the students.
What is the TSA? I've heard a lot of people are part of that, but what is that?
TSA, so it's sort of it's a competition, it's an engineering competition, and our poster's over there, but there's different events. There's building events, you can test, just a bunch of different.
To backtrack on that, I did TSA last year, and I'm a current member of it, and I will say it is awesome. It is the best, kind of engineering sciencey competition we have. Last year, I competed in on-demand video, which is where they give you random things you have to put in a video, and you have to make a video, and my team actually went to nationals, and that was our first time doing it. So we got to compete in Texas this summer. Like, we flew all the way there. It was awesome. So I love TSA. Just wanted to say.
And somebody talked about our competition coming up. or something.
Yeah, this weekend, Saturday.
We're going to Science Olympiad. We'll be at Center College for, I guess, this weekend. There's different events kind of similar to TSA.
Those are within the engineering programs. Each of our pathways, business, they each have a club, an organization that they have competitions in. So some mentioned FBLA, FCCLA, HOSA for the medical field. What am I forgetting? TSA for engineering, DECA, FBLA for the business programs. And all of those have different competitions that go up to state level and compete. So it's another way for them to live out their leadership skills.
Is FFA involved with the leadership and everything?
Absolutely, yes. It's part of our ag program, and some of the kids are there. They have the officers, yes, that still goes on.
How can the business community, local business community, support students like such as yourself, or even other students who aren't here to represent themselves?
One of the biggest things, a lot of these teams need sponsorships. So right now, our TSA team, we've been selling candy bars. That's one of our quickest ways that we can make money, but just a lot of them sponsoring these teams will help quite a bit. Because it takes quite a bit of money to be able to buy buses, hotel rooms, staying overnight at these trips. And it's a lot of traveling, so just any type of sponsorships for these teams helps quite a bit.
And building on that, I encourage internships. If you have the opportunity or your place of business, have little places that you need support. We do, we call it co-op here, but internships, apprenticeships, anything that you'd like to venture out in, come talk to me, because we've got a workforce for you. And I know in the healthcare industry, nursing home has said some of their best employees have come straight from Knox Central High School and been through our nursing program. That's been said quite a few years. So another awesome way would be through internships and programs like that, apprenticeships, internships. So keep that in mind.
Can I add something there too? I think job shadowing opportunities. Even if it's just one day or maybe 1 week, that's not costly to either side. But I know there's lots of times when students feel like they have a desire for an occupation, and they may go spend 1 day or 2, and it works for them in different aspects. They either find out they don't like it, and they know to find somewhere else, or they're in love with it, and you wouldn't think this, but 1 day sometimes will do it. And when they do that, give them the true picture. Give them the true picture of what it's about.
Job shadowing. Layla's a perfect example of that. She went to do the intern hours, observation hours in education, and decided that's what she wanted to do.
Also, if you are interested in being a sponsor, the play coming up, they could use a lot of help even with props. So if you have supplies or anything, contact Ms. Bentley and they would love the help.
Question, how do y'all advertise the stuff that y'all are doing and doing? Because I'm sure it's all on Facebook, I'm sure. But is there any other world that y'all, because I didn't know that y'all were doing all those competitions and all those things.
We're working on building a website for Knox Central and then having those things advertised on the website.
Most things are going through Facebook right now. And some things make the paper. Oftentimes the paper is highlights afterwards though. So, but Facebook, the Knox Central High School Facebook page highlights a lot of these things. Someone else?
I know on March 21st you were talking to me about the leadership program, and I think Taylor and Alex were talking about, or do we have other students from Knox Central that's part of that program?
Steve Steve Barton, and then Emily Mills and Mark McDonald.
So we have all five,
Yeah.
we have Knox Central.
There is a leadership, Tri-County Leadership Award scholarship that your council gave information on this year. It's $1,000 but you can be involved on the
Be sure to fill out all the things that says to fill out. We've had some great applications that we give reference letters, and we just have to say, I'm sorry. So be sure to look at all those parts.
If it says 3 letters of reference, make sure there's 3, not 2. Because we can count.
Not much more than that, but we can.
Other questions? Guys, you care to give this crew another round of applause?
Would y'all mind signing one of our sign-up sheets today before you